Good morning and welcome to another episode of An Inquisitive Crafter. My name is Susie and I am a North Texas based crocheter and knitter. This is episode 56. Happy November 2nd. It is 8:30 in the morning. I hope you guys had a successful time change, fall back. I personally love the switching of the out of daylight savings time and into daylight savings time, just because it's another way to mark the season, mark the change in the year. I know the spring forward is hard, but I always just try to take naps, my kid, and be prepared for the slight painfulness, which to me was negated by the later light, because I have always loved the summer, the light of the summer, not the heat of the summer for sure. So, and I love the fall back, not because I don't like the lack of light in the evening. I do not like driving home in the dark when I was coming home from work. But I do like the early morning light. I love the cozy in the evening, like my body kind of shuts down, or my brain, that's not fair. My energy shuts down when the sun goes down. My energy to do chores, do work, and then I can just focus on me. That's what I've always kind of thought. And so I get to focus on me longer. My daughter pointed out that I'm a very self-centered person, which I thought was a little harsh, but whatever. I'm joined by my co-host, Stormy, who is supervising the outside. I'm sorry about the glare on the windows, but I think this is a good reminder for me how great my windows are going to look in a few weeks, because we are getting new windows. So I'm very excited about that. Was not very excited about the cost, but we needed the new windows. The windows here are original to our house, which was built in 1983. And we're starting to get leaks, and it's time. So, okay, let's jump right in. All right, what I have finished. My notes are here. I've got something over here, so I'm sorry. And I'm trying to remember to look at the camera. That's my goal for today. So don't keep points. That's rude. But hopefully you'll see a difference, I hope. Okay. All right, my first finished object was actually finished, I think, last podcast, which was 3 weeks ago, vlog, I guess, 3 weeks ago. And I apologize, it's been so long since I have recorded, but time just keeps getting away from me. Like, I just don't have time to sit down and record, which is really weird considering I'm retired. But I'm working now I'm working at SMU, teaching one class there, which doesn't take, right now, it doesn't take any prep really, because we're in the performance part of it. I teach a string techniques class for their music department. But it does require driving. And I'm also taking my husband to work. Governor Abbott has pulled in all, he works for the state, and he's pulled in all state workers into the office 5 days a week. Previously, he was working at home some days during the week. But I take him to work, and that is a lot of driving. And then I work, I've been assisting orchestra directors, middle school directors here, because that was my job before I retired in May. I've been assisting middle school directors at 2 schools, so I've been going there once or twice a week to do that. And then just life stuff. I don't know. Anyway. But I started this. This is the Chemo cap, the crochet version by, can you see the line? Oh no, that was just a shadow. By Bernat Studio Designs. I started this August 31st and finished it September 3rd. I made this with Yarn Bee Aurora Borealis. I think this is color 170, Tropical Pink. I had 2 of this, and I'm not sure, but I think this is the Tropical Pink. It is I have two crochet patterns and 1 knit pattern that are finished this season time. Oh, and I'm in my Halloween pajamas. So I threw over a sweater so I look classy. Do you like my fit? Okay, so this is for a friend of one of my relatives a sister of one of my relatives. So technically a relative. Who has lost her hair from cancer. So I wanted her to have a hat. Hopefully it's not too big. It fits me really good, but I have a giant head. So it was pretty easy to use. I used an H hook, I think. Yeah, H hook. And it's a free pattern on the Bernat design website. They have a knit version also, but I wanted to do crochet because it was faster. So there is that. It will be good. I wish I'd gotten it to her a little sooner because it'd be good for football season, and now football season's almost over. But hopefully I can get it to her soon. Okay, and then the second thing I finished is, I have an end snip here on me. Emergency snip. Is my what is this called? I just threw the hat on top of my notes. Oh, the Classic Can Cozy by Knitty Natty. It's a paid pattern. This is a knit version. It fits over just a regular soda can. And I started this October 5th and finished it October 27th. I did this for the Pigskin Party Cozy It Up Challenge, and it was the one challenge, this was for the month of October, that I actually did finish, so yay. This was made out of some leftovers that I had of Fiber Nymph Dye Works Traveler, which is a sport weight yarn, and the colorway is called Splash Pad Party 2021. And I used a US 1 2.25 millimeter needle. The nice thing about this design is it has like a hole in the bottom. So it's easy to start. Like this is easier to start than doing like a pinhole cast on or something tight. And then you just knit up, and then I did the I-cord bind off. And it was good. It was a good little thing to work on. Once I got done with the bottom increases, I could just go work. So it's really good. And I love this yarn. I made, oh, sorry. There's my cuckoo clock. It's telling me that it is 8:42, I think. Yeah. I just changed the hour on it this morning when I got up, so I don't know if it cuckoos at the same time anymore. I have no clue how to make it cuckoo the right number for the time or at the right time. I think it just said 5. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. This is for my brother. I'm his secret Santa. He doesn't watch this, so but he's getting several gifts from me, and this is one of them because he likes to drink. What does he like? Sunkissed. I don't know why I can't remember this. He's constantly sending me pictures of Sunkissed in the summer. That's his summer drink. So I thought this was a fun summer color. I really enjoy this colorway. It's very beautiful. And I got in all of the stripes. So I wanted to end it. I think I ended it a little taller than the pattern called for, but I wanted to end it with this grapey purple, which is not showing up too good on camera. But Okay, the third thing I have finished is a crochet item. I do not have it because it has been gifted. It is Furlston the Frog. This is a pattern by Furls. It's a free pattern on their website. Furlston originated with in the summer, and he has accessories. So his summer accessories were, and how this pattern debuted was with a rubber duck floaty around his middle, and a beach towel, and a boba tea. And then the fall outfit was a jack-o'-lantern Halloween costume with a trick-or-treat bag. I thought this pattern was really cute when it came out, and I thought, someday I might want to make this pattern because I love something with accessories. And then when the jack-o'-lantern pattern came out, I thought, oh, I know exactly who it's going to. I'm sending it. It's for my niece. My niece, for like 3 years, I think, in a row, dressed up as a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. So I thought this would be really funny to give to her for her birthday, which is in October. And we just had her party last week, and she renamed him Frogston, because I told her his name was Furlston, but she couldn't remember that, so Frogston. And she loved his little trick-or-treat bag and said that she was going to go trick-or-treating with that on Halloween. So I haven't talked to her mom or dad to see how that worked. The bag is this big. She was really excited when she had put in 2 Kit Kats, Halloween Kit Kats, and then at the bottom I had Hershey Kisses. And I don't know that she liked the Kit Kats because they were white chocolate, but she was really excited to get the Hershey Kisses, which she loves. He was an enjoyable pattern to work. I made him with a D hook and Karen yarn. The yarn was some that my son had given me for a present for my birthday, maybe years ago, and he gave me a lot of it. And so I have made a couple of things with that, and so this was one, and so that made it just kind of extra special. And then the mouth of the, right here, the mouth of the frog, or the bottom jaw, and the Halloween bag, yes, were made with mandala yarn that I had made my sweater with my Genesis cardigan, and I thought it was just a brown. It was a lighter color. No, I didn't realize it was a color changing when I picked up this ball. I didn't have it labeled that it was a color changing. I just thought, oh, it's brown, and I kind of dug through, and there was a lot of brown, so I thought this will be perfect. Well, it made the jaw, and then it made most of the bag, and then it started changing to this rusty red kind of color, so I thought that was kind of funny. I doubled it for the bag, so the bag is super stiff and sturdy, but I was trying to I think I was trying to get done faster. And I thought, because this is really, the pattern calls for worsted weight, and this is, I guess this is a worsted weight, but I would call it a size 3 yarn, not size 4. It's pretty thin to me. So I doubled it, and anyway, it all worked out. The only disappointment I had in the pattern is that it doesn't tell you to stuff anything. Like, maybe it tells you to stuff the head and the body, but that's kind of duh. But it doesn't tell you when to stop and stuff the legs, and I didn't mind not stuffing the legs, but I should have stuffed the feet. So if you look at the feet, it looks like he's got spoon feet, because I tried stuffing it after the fact, and it didn't work. I had closed it off, and so I couldn't stuff from the top, and I tried like being inventive and shoving stuff in through the bottom. It didn't work out. Okay, so I started that pattern on October 21st. I don't know if I said this, and finished it October 26th. My thumbs were hurting. I was working so hard on that pattern, but it was good. It was good, and I recommend the pattern overall. Just pay attention. If it looks like you should stuff something, stuff it. I don't think, sadly, I'm going to be making the accessories for her. I actually sewed the hat on so that she couldn't get it off because I didn't see how it was going to stay on. And I lightly tied the bag on his arm too. She's not going to care about the duck or the boba tea. So, okay, so that's all of my finished objects. Sip of coffee. This morning when I woke up, it was like 7 something, and the sun was so shiny. It was like God was inviting me to wake up. It was really just a nice experience. Okay, so my whips, I have 2 crochet whips and 2 knit whips that I'm willing to talk about because that's all I've been working on. The first one, let me go bag diving here. I have in a new bag. Let me talk about this bag. So this is my Pigskin Party bag by Adore Knits. Look at this. Is that not cute? So Pigskin Party is a make-along, a long make-along that runs from the beginning of football season here in the United States to the Super Bowl, through the Super Bowl. And it is run by Boston Jen of Downseller Studio. You can join at any time. It is a low-key, low-stakes make-along. You just have to be... You can enter for prizes or not. Prizes have to be started after, when football season started, which was September 4th, I think. And then they have to be done by the end of the Super Bowl. You are assigned a football team. You can chat there or not. It's like 12 or I don't know, however many members. They have a little chat group. There's a larger chat group, which can be so overwhelming, which is why they assigned out teams. So there's smaller chat groups, but you can also throw in comments in the larger chat groups, and you don't have to feel like you have to read all 200 pages of that chat. Just jump in, chat, and then jump out. There are different make-alongs throughout the quarters, the 4 quarters, which don't align with the actual football season. They align with months. So we finished our quarter 1 challenge, which was the Cozy Up challenge. And now we're in the quarter 2 challenge, which is, it had some clever name, but I can't remember what it was. But it's basically you use a stitch counter and knit or crochet something with 60 rows in it. I'm struggling to find what I'm going to make with that. If you have to start it in November and finish it in November, I just can't think of anything that has 60 rows that I would want to make. I'm mostly doing gift knitting. That's all I'm thinking about. So, or crocheting, gift making. And I'm a crocheter by heart. Like, that's my favorite craft. But I also enjoy knitting, and knitting is way more fun to say than crocheting. It's faster. I'm also lazy by heart. I don't know, like everything I like to finish has less than 60 rows. So if you think of something, please let me know. I need to make some socks, but those are less than 60 rows per part, I think. I don't know. I'm just struggling. Does a hat take 60 rows? I mean, that hat I just finished didn't take 60 rows. I don't know. I don't know, maybe okay, I'll think of something. I can do this. Anyway, so if you enter something, like if you complete a challenge, you get points. You get points for using things like project bags, but you don't have to do any of that. Like, you can still win. Like, one person won a grand, they have big grand prizes at the end of the season, and one person won a grand prize, and she only submitted 1 project. So that's pretty cool. There are prizes per quarter for chatting. Like, they just draw out of chat groups, and then you get out of your points for your makes. Anyway, it's so much fun. I like it. But this bag, back to this bag. Oh, what was I just got off into a tangent. This bag is so well made. I have a bunch of Adore Knits bags, and this is my favorite one because it's sturdy. She's using a different interfacing maybe. It's got every one of these panels is a pocket. Every single one. So there are 6 pockets on the bag, and it is, I mean, it's a good, like a purse size. So I'm just in love with this bag. I originally wasn't going to get one, and then I'm so glad I did. Oh, and I also got, oh, she sent me some, I can't know if you can see them. She sent me some buttons, like made for you by buttons, which are neat. And she sent, well, I've lost my stitch marker. Okay, there's a progress keeper on some project, and then I got some knitting stitch markers. So anyway, so this is the, I've just gone off on 12 tangents, which is another tangent. Do you know if you're in perimenopause, like I am, that you can develop ADHD, or your ADHD, which already exists, which might be in my case, becomes stronger, but it's strong. This is the Dallas hat. The Dallas hat is by Michelle Ferguson of Two Brothers Blankets. This is a free pattern on her website, and you can also pay for the PDF. I think I just did the free pattern. I started this on October 19th. I used an eye hook. I was making this for another challenge. It's almost done. I'm just finishing up the ribbing or ending. And I may put a pom-pom on here. I'm going to send this to the same girl that's getting the other hat. And I made this pink to do the pink challenge, but you had to make something with 200 yards of pink. And I thought, well, crochet uses up a lot of yarn. It'll be fine. It wasn't fine. This only used 146 yards, I think. Some people are putting ginormous tassels or pom-poms on top to make up the yardage. I toyed with making a pink pom-pom, yarn pom-pom, and I started it, and I thought, I just don't want to do this. I used to have a pom-pom maker, but it was awful. It didn't work very well. I mean, it was still you doing the work. It was just the shapes didn't work out for me. Anyway, I never could make them tight enough. And I just thought, I'm not going to stress out about this. I keep seeing all these ads because I keep thinking about menopause, probably. Sorry if you're a guy listening to this. But I keep seeing these ads for how lowering your cortisol will help you. Do you lower your cortisol? Your stress hormone will help you with all your menopause problems. And it was raising my cortisol level. So I said, you know what? I made my hat and it's fine. I made this out of some, I think this is Lion Brand, 1 pound of love. Is that Lion Brand? I think that's Lion Brand. That I got from Joann's when they're having their closing sale. So sad. But I think I'm just going to finish my last row on here. And then if I have a white fur pom-pom, I'm going to put that on there. My next crochet pattern that I've been working on is in an Adore Knits bag. And it's called the Trellis by Dawn Barker. I started this October 14th. It's a paid pattern using a D hook. The yarn is, do I have a thing? The yarn is Euphoria Knits in the colorway Jello Salad. And then there's a coordinating skein that is also Euphoria Knits. I think the skein is stone. Oh, here's the tag. Let me see. Sterling. So here is sterling. And here is Jello salad. And this is the assigned pooling project. There are knit assigned pooling projects and crochet assigned pooling projects. This is the crochet one. And basically, you crochet, I'm crocheting a trellis, pattern. This is all the Jello salad. I haven't started the sterling stuff yet. That's for the ends. And every time you come to the color, you change your stitch pattern. So I'm making these little shell clusters every single time. And originally I was disappointed. I hope it's showing up good on the camera. It looks kind of grayed out here. Originally I was disappointed because see how the shells are stacking? But now they've moved to scatter. And I want it to look like someone's just thrown cabbage on a gray background, like just scattered. The pattern projects pages that they show are with like cherry blossom colors, and it's really beautiful. It just looks like cherry blossoms have scattered on the sidewalk or something. But I love green, and when I saw this electric green, I was like, oh. My friend Rebecca, it's our own personal little crochet along, which you are welcome to join if you have access to the yarn, or you just want to try it with any kind of variegated yarn. Her yarn is a beautiful blue, like a aqua blue, turquoise blue, and then her clusters are white, so it looks like little puffs of clouds across the sky. It's really, really pretty. She's a little bit farther than me, so I need to step up. I haven't been working on this too much because I've been doing other things. And now I have to, I have one D hook in there, but I have to find the one I was originally using because I'd stolen that to use for my frog. So, gotta step that up. We've been having FaceTime meetings once a week, so that's been really nice to catch up with her. We used to teach together, and I miss her a lot. I love seeing her. Since she moved to San Antonio. All right, that's enough about that. My next pattern I just picked up, I had started, is the Baumer Slippers by Lorilee Beltman. This is in Woolen Women's Fibers bag that I got for one of their boxes, their August box. Nope. April, this is April, I think. April box. I am using, oh my gosh, my stomach. I'm trying to do this intermittent fasting where you don't eat till, I'm not eating, I'm doing a fast for 14 hours and eat for 8, not the whole 8. You know what I mean? Don't eat until your 8-hour window opens up. So my 8-hour window doesn't open up till 10. I'm not doing very well. Actually, I can do the start's not too bad. Like the stomach growling is annoying. Oh my gosh. Please hold. Okay. I don't know what I was saying before, but this was yarn, tumbleweed yarn, fingering sock blank Galaxy was the colorway, and I started this September 25th, and these are for Rebecca. She had won at last year's DFW Fiber Fest. I think it was last year's. She had won maybe the year before. Anyway, she had won a door prize and had gotten these sock blanks as part of her door prize. I don't have a picture of the sock blanks, I don't think, but I do have maybe some video of me winding up this balls of cakes of yarn from the sock blanks. So I'll show you. The sock blanks were beautiful, but she didn't know what to do with them, I guess, because it's fingering that yarn. She doesn't like that yarn. So she gifted it to me for Christmas one year, and I wanted to give them back to her in the shape of slippers. So here's what the sock blanks look like, wound up. They're in little yarn cozies, autumn yarn cozies. Here's what they look like together, and then I am using both of them. I'm pulling from both and making these slippers, and this is all I have accomplished so far. And originally I did not like the way this yarn was working up. I mean, it feels great. It's so squishy. I like how kinky the yarn is because I just pulled it from the sock blank. I didn't block it or wash it or anything, but the colors to me were not representing what I envisioned of the Galaxy sock blank, which was blue with big blobs of different color. But now I'm getting, I don't know, I saw it from a distance because I haven't worked on this in a while. And from a distance, can you see how it's striping? So now I'm kind of digging the stripes, and I'm loving, like, there's pops of orange there. I'm loving the pops of color as they come. And they also are sometimes, the colorways are jazzing up together. So got yarn dropping. Like, can you see there how the oranges have melded together? So that's kind of cool. And then the blues kind of go together. Well, I lied, that's blue and pink. But anyway, so I'm enjoying the project, and hopefully she will enjoy the slipper. I do sort of wish I had done a different slipper pattern, just because this one's not familiar to me. This pattern will wrap over the feet, but it's good for me to try new things, and I wanted to support Lorilee Beltman, so I bought this pattern. This was a paid pattern, and I am using, I think this is I don't know what the needle is. I feel like it's a size 3 knitting needle, but I don't know what the millimeters are for that either. So basically, I can tell you nothing. Okay, and then the last thing that I am working on are my mystery gnomes, which I did not finish. Yesterday was the due date for that to enter for prizes, and I didn't finish. So I could show you Gnumpkin. So here is Gnumpkin. Look at him. I really like the way, she designed the knitting to make channels, and then you pull yarn through here to pull up, and then you can control how tight you want it. I personally, the look of him, which maybe you can't envision, but you can go look at, the project's been released, like the pictures are out now, so you can go look. I would like him a bit larger, but I don't want to knit anymore because I wanted to work on Gnettle too. I'm not done with her. Okay, where's my project back at this? So I'm working on the beard, which I just ripped out my needles for. Please hold, let me do some surgery. Whew. I picked up the beard and the needle just slipped out. So here's the beard that I've started. It's got like a twisted rib, which I'm not super enjoying. I just don't like twisted rib, but I like the look of it, so. And I stopped working on the nose because I was sitting in my chair over on the other side of the living room and didn't want to get up to get these stuffing, so I just stopped there. There's my nose, a little Tournette stitch marker, Christmas stitch marker. I love these. I don't know what these clasps are called, but my favorite Proverbs Keeper clasp. And then I showed, have I showed the feet? I feel like I've showed the feet. Let me carefully stick this back in here. Careful. I plan on finishing him up today. Here's his feet. Maybe one. Okay. Oh, woo. I was like, here's one foot. Okay, so here's his feet. They'll be attached where these stitch markers are. And then he'll have his little nose and his little beard and he'll be done. So that's Gnumpkin. And then he has a twin sister, Gnettle, which I have showed before. I have not gotten any farther on Gnettle. She is more witchy. And here's her, with all the ends, here's her feet. And she will have an orange body, like an electric orange body. So I am enjoying that. And I feel good about it, especially now that I just let go of the expectation of finishing them on time. So, okay, get over it, Susie. Let go. And I started them on October 3rd. And that's all I have. Oh, in another Adore Knits bag. They are my favorite bag maker. Okay. All right, incoming. I showed you my bag and stitch markers. Oh, September yarnable. Oh, some crinkling. So I'm no longer subscribed to Yarnable. Sadness. But I need a break from purchasing so much yarn. I need to use up some yarn. But I like to look to see what other people are getting. And when I heard the colorway names, the theme for September, I had to buy it. So she had a sale on them. And so I bought them through the sale. So Yarnable is a subscription service. You can get fingering weight or DK weight. You can get 1 or 2 skeins. You can get a mini skein to go with it. There's lots of options. You can get just the yarn or you can get the full, like with goodies. And I always get the goodies. They come in these little, well, this is crinkled up, but as a little zipper pouch bag. These are very useful. And it came with, this one came with a mini painting kit. Of mushrooms. I can't say that name. Gouache. I bet that's gouache. So there's a little kit. I don't know how that works. I haven't even opened it, but I will figure it out. And then this may have been the reason that I bought this kit, are these stitch markers. I'm sorry for the crinkling. But I want to show you out of the little bag they came in. Okay, these stitch markers are Comma Craft Co. And can you see them? It's mushrooms. These are knitting stitch markers. And because crochet can't use these, but knitting can. This particular version, because they're closed. I'd explain that to you, but I don't know that you care. And knowing me, it'd be a long, drawn-out explanation. But they're mushrooms. I've been waiting to use these, so I'm so excited. Now that I've shown you, I can use them. And then the yarn. Okay, so the mini skein is called Spore Lore. That's so cute. It's a 50-gram mini skein. I like the DK weight, is what I've been getting. And then there's the Hypnotic Yarn label. There's the main skein. And it's called, the theme for this September month was Shroom with a View. So there's lots of reds and purples. I actually can't see with my ring light glaring at me, but some rusty reds and some greens and purples and blues, and look at that. Oh my gosh, this is so soft. Her base is exquisite. This is 246 yards, 85/15 superwash merino nylon, the plus chic, and oh my gosh, it's so good. Now I used to get her her fingering weight base, which I also loved, except I don't. Fingering weight takes longer to go through. Is my problem. But I did make some. I've made some projects doubling because I used to get 2 skeins of fingering weight, thinking I could make a larger project, and then I never knew what I wanted to invest that much time on. I'm just hasty, impatient, and lazy. I don't know, all those things together. But I made some slippers with the sock weight held double, and those are incredible slippers. I mean, so highly recommend Hypnotic Yarn. Their yarn is great. Okay. I've also gotten, but I'm not going to show, I've gotten some of my advents. I've ordered, I think, 3 advents. One was an advent skein by the Cozy Knitter. It's her 24 stripe skein. I have received that. She's based in Canada. And so that has come, and those are ones where you like make a sock and you knit 1 stripe a day. And then I've received my Hue Loco Advent is the Starlight Advent. I'm very excited about that. I'll be showing that in December. I plan on doing December daily vlogs. And then I've received, I'm awaiting 1 more Advent from Ellie of, oh, I can't remember her name. Well, I'll show it when I get there. She's somebody based in England, and she was doing a dragon Advent. I couldn't resist. And plus I like watching her YouTube channel. So that hasn't come yet. So I'll be showing those in December. All right, I think that's it. We have had a nice chat. I hope you had a good time listening to me show my stuff. I had a good time talking to you. And I hope you have a great start to your November and enjoying your fall. I hope that this couple of weeks brings you an awareness of yourself, an ability to seek comfort for yourself and to show care for others. This is a really hard time right now in the United States with our government shutdown, and it's really nice to see individuals and companies stepping up to look after our neighbors who are federal workers not getting paid or who rely on our government assistance programs and need food for themselves and their children. I've just seen so many stories and plan on participating in giving back so that others can have, because I just can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what I don't know what's going on. But anyway, spread comfort, spread joy, and keep being curious about your surroundings. Be inquisitive. I'll talk to you next time.